Good afternoon and welcome to Carson Park in Eau Claire. Zaleski Sports presents high school baseball, and today we got a Big Rivers Conference contest between the Menomonie Mustangs, 4-6 overall, 1-3 in Big Rivers Conference play, versus the Eau Claire North Huskies, who come in with an overall record of 4-3, 3-1 in the BRC. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bob Radovich, joined up in the broadcast booth by former Eau Claire Memorial head coach Dave Sparger. And Spargs, we got another windy day. We got a couple spits of rain here at Carson Park, but hopefully the rain will hold off and we can get our full game in. We had a chance to watch the Huskies last week in a doubleheader split against New Richmond, and I think we saw some pretty solid things out of the Huskies, and they carry that on with a come-from-behind win the following Saturday against La Crosse Logan.
Yeah, when you talk about the Huskies, obviously we're very impressed with their pitching and their defense. Those are the two things that really stood out last week. So the big thing that Coach was talking about downstairs there, Coach Fish was saying, hey, we just got to get those bats going, and we get the bats going, we'll have the trifecta. It'll be a really tough team. But so right now it's the pitching and defense that they're relying on so far this season.
And talking with the Menomonie coaches, kind of a similar story. Pitching, when it's been good, has held them in games. The downside, though, defense has been a little sporadic, and the hitting yet to come around. Right now, our national anthem. We should have a pretty good pitching matchup today. The junior A.J. Zadowski going for Menomonie. He is their number one pitcher. And Chase Watkins, we saw him in game one of that doubleheader last Thursday. You would say he's North's number one as well.
Yeah, I would say both pitchers today, really their ERA is right around that 2 or just under that 2 mark. So you talked about it. It could be definitely a pitcher's duel today. Talk a little bit more about the Mustangs. They're kind of a program in development right now. They've only got 2 seniors in the lineup, but they've got 3 sophomores that are starting today, and the rest will be juniors. So I think the key for them right now is just trying to get those kids, those young kids, a lot of experience this year so they can really compete and maybe have a chance for a title next year as those kids play a lot more baseball and just get that experience under their belt.
Today's pregame show is brought to you by Asher Exteriors. Call Asher's for your free, no-obligation estimate at 888-GO-ASHER or visit goasher.com. That is goasher.com. Get off the ladder and get gutter helmet with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Trust the experts on your most valuable asset, your home. Give them a call today at 888-GO-ASHER. Chase Watkins on the mound for the Huskies. Behind the plate is Jack Gorman. Caleb Moss plays at first base. Logan Hesselman at second. Zach Shipman is the third baseman. Benton Metler at shortstop. Outfield left to right, Aiden Ecker, Tyler Barrows, Aiden Pankratz. For the Menomonie Mustangs, leading off and playing center field is James Hoff. Batting second and playing shortstop is Owen Welch. Landon Middlestadt, the left fielder, will bat third. DH Taylor Mars will bat fourth. Kane Johnson, the catcher, behind the plate, batting fifth. Max Erickson, third baseman, will bat sixth. Batting seventh, the pitcher, A.J. Zadowski. Right fielder Rex Drought will bat eighth. Mitch Scribner, the second baseman, will bat ninth. Not in the hitting lineup to start out is the first baseman, Nick Sheff. Got a very light rain shower going on right now at Carson Park. You see the flag out there in center field, and it is gusting pretty well, and it's blowing left to right. So that should make things pretty interesting for the fielders. Stepping in is James Hoff. Casey Eckert is our home plate umpire today. Watkins, as he did for most of last week's game, working out of the stretch. Delivers a strike. Yeah, you mentioned Sparks with Casey Eckert umping. We've got 3 former Eau Claire Memorial baseball coaches here.
Yeah, Jeff Abbott, the assistant for the Mustangs, is back in their program helping out again. And Casey Eckert behind the dish took over for Jeff at Memorial, and then it was my turn to take over for Casey when he went to New Richmond to be the AD.
Ball and a strike now to James Hoff. Right-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitcher. Little roller right side. Hesselman the scoop and the throw back to Caleb Moss for the out.
Yeah, good job by Moss hustling back to the bag right there. That was kind of one of those tweeners, so a good job by him knowing where that second baseman was, and he could give it up and get to the bag.
Stepping in is Owen Welch, the shortstop. Multi-sport athlete, Owen Welch. Played on that Menomonie hockey team. His dad, Luke, one of the assistants for the Mustangs. Takes one upstairs from Watkins.
Owen Welch, a junior shortstop for the Mustangs.
Breaking ball misses outside. 2-0 now to Welch. It's going to take a really good poke to get out in left field with this wind. Here's a line drive to right, and that's down for a hit.
Good piece of hitting right there. An outside fastball. Just reached out and took it over there to the right field. Good line drive.
So the Mustangs have a runner on with 1 out. Landon Middlestead. Left fielder will step in. Left-handed hitter against the righty Chase Watkins.
Yeah, you talked about that left field. It's going to really take a poke to get one out of there. To right field, you're going to get a little help, but it's also going to pull it towards that foul line. So you're going to have to go right center, and hopefully it carries.
Welch, big lead at first. Middlestead takes a ball outside. So with the wind being the way it is, I think the UW Eau Claire spring football practice is safe. Unless that wind shifts. Or somebody really tattoos one to left field.
Yeah, they do have a few players right behind that fence there. So, of course, they've got a helmet on.
Yeah, there is that, yeah. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one upstairs. Center fielder Barrows, fairly shallow. Bouncing ball right side, Hesselman will go to second for 1. No chance for Mettler to fire that over to first. So Welch is erased. Middlestead now the runner at first.
Good read by Hesselman there. You know, you've got a slow roller coming at you, but you also notice that Welch slowed down to let that ball go in front of him, so he knew he had time to get that out at second. So that's a good job getting that lead runner.
Taylor Mars, the designated hitter, now steps in for Menomonie. Middlestead dancing off of first base, and they got him. Nice pickoff from the pitcher, Chase Watkins. Mustangs get a couple base runners but do not score. Huskies coming to bat, bottom 1 when we return. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Herrick and Hart Law Office. They have been on the side of the injured since 1951. Find them at eauclairlaw.com. HS Fence Company has been serving Wisconsin's commercial and residential fencing needs for the last 18 years. HS Fence specializing in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. And Castle Insurance, based in Eau Claire, is your local independent insurance provider for all your insurance needs. You can depend on Castle Insurance. Defensively for the Mustangs, A.J. Zadowski is on the mound. Kane Johnson is the catcher. Nick Sheff over at first. Mitch Scribner playing second. Max Erickson at third. Owen Welch is the shortstop. Outfield left to right, Landon Middlestead, James Hoff, and Rex Stroud. Facing the top of the order for the Eau Claire North Huskies, Logan Hesselman to lead it off. And Zadowski starts him off with a strike. No balls, one strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the first inning. Little looper, and that's going to drop. Owen Welch, the shortstop, gave it a good effort, but that one had just enough. So it's a leadoff single for Logan Hesselman.
Yeah, Zadowski with that good inside fastball kind of sawed Hesselman off, but he fought it off the handle and dropped it into left field. So good start here for the Huskies in the first, and a good job by Hesselman getting himself on.
Here's Tyler Barrows, and Barrows, that prototypical number 2 hitter, really handy with the bat. He's got good speed. Third baseman Max Erickson is just about on the grass. Now he is.
North coming out early, playing a little small ball here in the first. Probably looking just to get on that scoreboard first today.
Outfield is playing in. There's the bunt, and again, Barrows unable to get that down. It was a relatively pleasant day here in Eau Claire today, and then as the afternoon went on, the wind started kicking up, and there's just a couple scattered showers all around the area. I think that last little bit of rain has since passed through.
Yeah, I think from here out we won't be affected by it at all, so there should be no issue tonight with this game.
Though I'm sure everybody, broadcasters included, are looking forward to those 70-degree days. I've got one app that's telling me it's 61 and another one that's telling me 56.
I'm going with 56.
Yeah, I am as well.
That breeze is just a little cool up here in the booth tonight.
It is blowing. Quick move by Zadowski, and
yeah, Zadowski keeping him close over there. Hesselman was kind of leaning right there.
Hesselman getting dirty. Yeah, you'd think the bunt is not going to happen now with the count 0-2. So if you want to get that runner down, you're either looking hit and run or straight steal. Swing and a miss. Nice curveball by Zadowski to record out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, good pitch right there, Zadowski. He hasn't shown that one yet, so that was a good time to bring that out. 0-2 count on the offside edge there. Got him swinging and missing, so big first out.
Here's Jack Gorman, the catcher. In terms of average, he's the leading hitter on this North Huskies team.
Yeah, hitting .389 on the season, and you're right, it's been the most productive for him.
Historically, North has been a team that really hits the ball well. That's going back 20 years or so. And this year they don't have the big boppers, but I think potentially, 1 through 9, they've got guys that swing a good bat. It's just that some of those guys have yet to get untracked. Gorman, though, with his average in the mid-300s, is the exception to that. Driven to center. James Hoff makes the catch. And you see right there, Sparks, that was a ball that was hit pretty well off the bat, and it just hung up there.
Yeah, good call there, because he's exactly right. That one sounded really good. It was a line drive, and then all of a sudden the center fielder realized that was actually just going to hang there, so he actually had to play that drift and play the wind. He struck well, but right at him.
Here's Chase Watkins, the pitcher, a chance to help his cause. Lefty hitter facing the righty Zadowski.
He's starting to heat up. He's one of those guys that's starting to find that bat. He had a big grand slam on Saturday.
Yeah, that was quite the rally by the Huskies, who were down to their final at-bat against La Crosse Logan, down big, and they managed to rally. Stolen base for Hesselman as that pitch was a little low, and Kane Johnson had a bit of a problem getting it out of his glove. Chose just to hang on to it. Runner in scoring position now for Watkins. Curveball over for a strike. One pitch from Zadowski. Trying to catch that outside corner with the breaking ball, but missed. 2-1.
Yeah, I tried to go back door with that breaking ball. Just couldn't quite get it over that outside edge.
Has more of that sweeping breaking ball than that sharp dropping curveball. Hesselman gets his lead at second. That one misses inside. 3-1 now to Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins in charge now. He's got a 3-1 count. The guy in scoring position, he's got to find a pitch that he can drive to get that run in and help himself.
Ground ball. Scribner the pick. And the throw over to Sheff for the out. The Huskies threaten but do not score. One complete from Carson Park. Menomonie, Eau Claire North, scoreless as we head to the second. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Olympic Flame Restaurant in Eau Claire since 1980. Uncle Lampros brought homemade family recipes from Greece, and the tradition continues today at Olympic Flame Restaurant. Eau Claire's best-kept secret is the Olympic Flame Greek restaurant on London Road. You can get Culligan water for just $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. For Menomonie in the top of the second inning, 4, 5, and 6 in their order. Taylor Mars, Kane Johnson, and Max Erickson against the right-hander, Chase Watkins. Wind continues to blow here at Carson Park. Curve on the outside corner, 0-1 to Mars.
Mars is one of those sophomores who's in the DH role today.
Thanks to our viewers today, and if you're on your way to Carson Park and you have a paperweight in your home office, bring it up to the booth. Dave Sparger and I could certainly use it, or several. Oh, we're veteran broadcasters. We'll figure it out. 1-1 pitch. Here's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 now to Mars.
Yeah, good location on that fastball. You set it right on that outside edge.
Left and right fielders, medium deep. Center fielder Barrows playing relatively shallow. Here's a little roller. And it rolls up on Zach Shipman. So a base runner for the Mustangs as Taylor Mars reaches.
They're going to give that an E5 on that one. I think he rushed himself. He had more time than he thought.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. If he sets the feet, gets two hands down, he can still make that throw. But that's why third base is such a challenging position. Because oftentimes you can go a couple, 3 innings without seeing anything at all, and then you're either going to get a rocket, you're going to get a little roller, and yeah, you have to have that good reaction time over there.
Well, the thing at third base, nothing's easy, right? Like you said, you're going to get a rocket. You'll get those slow rollers. You'll get something where you got to dive and go backhand. It is the tough position.
Yeah, shortstop and second base, generally you'll get some, routine-ish grounders that you can kind of get into your game and feel good about your defense. But, third, you have no idea sometimes when that ball's going to be hit to you. 1-0 the count to Kane Johnson, the catcher. Looking to move the base runner, Taylor Mars, over. And Mars, like previous Menomonie base runners, doing a little dancing over there at first.
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme with their base running is they like to get that lead and then kind of dance and shuffle back and forth. And it cost them last inning when Metalstedt got picked off.
Yeah, the idea, you're going to try to distract the pitcher and just bother him enough to the point where he loses focus on the batter and starts delivering balls. The downside, though, if you're in the middle of one of those hops, and that's when the pitcher wheels and throws, you got to do some scrambling. Runner does go. He's line over the head of Shipman.
I think it's off the glove of Shipman maybe even. Just got a tip on that thing.
Well, like we were saying, third base, that's why it's such a tough position. I mean, those were two really difficult plays, and I don't think Shipman got up. Yeah, if he's playing back, if there's no runner, he's playing back, he probably leaps and gets that, but playing in, or even with the bag as he was, it's a tougher play. So, first and second, nobody out for the Mustangs, and Max Erickson, Menomonie's third baseman, steps in. Squares the bunt, comes up empty.
Erickson, another one of those sophomores for the Mustangs. Like you said, playing third base. Coach is asking him to get that bunt down in this situation once you get 2 in scoring position with nobody out here.
First baseman Moss creeping in. There's the bunt. Moss will go to first, and they get the out there with Hesselman covering.
Ooh, Erickson got a little lucky on that one. He popped it up, and the pitcher came off there. A nice job by Watkins. Almost caught that in the air. That would have been really interesting if he could have cut more outs out of that.
So with that, Mars moves to third, Kane Johnson to second, A.J. Zadowski coming up to bat, and Jordan Fish just a brief chat with his team.
I think that was more of a health check right there because he went down awkwardly. Watkins trying to catch that one.
So it looks like North will play the infield at standard depth. A.J. Zadowski, the batter. Line to center. Barrows makes the catch.
Oh,
good throw, but it gets all the way to the backstop, and that's going to allow Kane Johnson to get over to third. So sacrifice fly for A.J. Zadowski.
I'll be curious here to see if North wants to check that at third base to see if he left early. I kind of glanced over there after the catch. He was already gone, so either he did a great job timing that up. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to play on.
So Rex Drought will now bat for the Mustangs, trying to get that second runner across. He squares and takes a strike. That one misses outside. It's 1-1. Big cut by Drought. He comes up empty. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that was a good hack. Mustangs could really use this run with 2 outs. They need a big 2 out here to push us to 2-0.
Swing and a miss. Drought down on strikes. Mustangs do get a run on the A.J. Zadowski sacrifice fly. Mustangs 1, Huskies 0. We'll have the bottom of the second for you when we return. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. 5, 6, 7, the scheduled hitters for Eau Claire North. Here in the bottom of the second against the right-hander A.J. Zadowski. Leading off is Aiden Pankratz, the right fielder. And there's a strike to Pankratz.
You know, Bob, you and I were talking during the break there how A.J. Zadowski, we remember him from last year when he pitched here at Carson Park, and he was impressive last year as a sophomore. You could just see he had a high ceiling, and you know, you talked about it right away how he looked bigger and stronger, and he definitely commands that mound. He definitely pitches with a lot of aggressiveness and a lot of good positive energy.
Ball and 2 strikes to Aiden Pankratz. Yeah, you can tell he's done a lot of pitching coming up through the ranks. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Pankratz down looking. It sparks us like we talked when we saw New Richmond, both against Memorial Old Abe's and against the North Huskies, that you know, New Richmond was a program that took some lumps these last couple of years in the Big Rivers, playing some young guys. Well, all of a sudden, those guys are older now. And they're more than holding their own, and I think that's where Menomonie is hoping to be as well.
Yeah, it's not like they're not competitive this year. I mean, shoot, they're 4-4 in the state of Wisconsin, and they took 2 early games down in Illinois and were playing teams that already had about 20 games under their belt, and it was their first 2 of the season. So, you know, they come back up here and they're 4-4 in the season and actually playing pretty solid baseball.
Curveball strike, and it's 0-2 on Aiden Ecker. And one thing Zadowski has done well to the hitters he's faced, granted it's early, he's worked ahead. Exception being when he went 3-1 on Chase Watkins before getting him to ground out. He's been around the plate and seems like he's got good command of the strike zone. Lifted foul over the grandstand here at Carson Park. Ecker not going to chase that one, 1-2.
Just a little too far outside. I like the idea, though, right? Get off that plate a little bit, 0-2. See if you can get him to fish.
Curveball, swing and a miss.
Exactly what that set up, right? Go gas off the plate, come back with that breaking ball, and gets him chasing.
So now Caleb Bruzewitz will bat. Bruzewitz trying to get something going with 2 outs for the Huskies. North, meanwhile, 4-3 overall, 3-1 in the conference, and they would love to pick up a couple of wins this week and stay at worst in a tie for first place in the Big Rivers.
Back to back there with the benders for strikes. Zadowski's feeling real comfortable up there now.
Trying to get him to chase on that high fastball. Bruzewitz held up, so it's 1-2. Yeah, he's kind of doing the work backwards philosophy. Get the curveball over and then come with a fastball, and he does it right there. It strikes out the side. 4 strikeouts through 2 innings for A.J. Zadowski. 2 complete here at Carson Park. Menomonie leading Eau Claire North 1-0. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Asher Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with 0 down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Enjoy the benefits of business banking at Security Financial Bank with several options to fit your business. Learn more about business banking at sfbank.com. Top of the third inning, 9-1-2. The scheduled hitters for the Menomonie Mustangs. Mitch Scribner, the second baseman, will lead it off against the right-hander, Chase Watkins. Oh, 1 pitch. Just a bit high. 1-1 now to Scribner. As you predicted, Sparks, the rains held off after that brief shower that we had right at the start of the game. Watkins misses up and away, and it's 2-1. Lifted high in the air to the left. And that one held up for the shortstop, Ben Metler. Sparks, when that ball was hit, I'm ready to start calling that Aiden Ecker, the left fielder, was under it. But that thing, it's like it hit a wall.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That thing went up, and it just got driven back towards the infield. So, again, good job by the Huskies there of knowing who's got to play that one and staying with it.
Yeah, if you are wondering at the strength of the wind, I think that was your example right there. So back to the top of the order, and James Hoff, who was retired on a ground ball to second base.
You know, and with that play, I think Aiden Ecker actually has moved in a couple steps because he realizes it's tough to get over his head.
Yeah, and I think that's the strategy that both center fielders are employing. We know Barrows, we've seen him in several games. He's got some really good wheels. So he feels confident that, they're not going to hit it over his head. And if they do, that one lifted to left field, and that'll hold up. Ecker comes in a couple steps, makes the catch.
Yeah, that was struck well. A different day. If wind's blowing out the other way, that's going to go pretty deep. But that one, like you said, just hung up there in the wind.
Yeah, that last one off the bat of Hoff, that wind is, if there's a little breeze blowing out, that's on the warning track, probably.
Yeah, Ecker's going to chase him. That's for sure. He's going to hightail it, but he took 3 steps back and realized it was already coming to a stop and coming down.
Here's Owen Welch, who lined a single to right in the first inning, takes a curveball on the outside corner from Chase Watkins.
That's a real nice first pitch. If you can throw that curveball over for the first pitch strike, get ahead, gives you such an advantage.
This is part of the deal when you're a number one starter. You're generally going to see the number one for the other teams. And last week it was Watkins locked up with Nick Stelright from New Richmond, who threw an absolute gem, a one-hitter in the opening game of that doubleheader. But what Watkins did well in that game was just keep his team close, and he did that. Ordinarily you would have said, wow, he pitched a gem. It's just that Stelright was working on a no-hitter through 6 innings.
Yeah, he just ran into trouble one inning where he had a walk and I think it was a hit batter. They scored 2 runs on no hits in that inning, and that was all they needed to win it 2-zip.
Bouncing ball to short. Metler knocks it down and won't have a play.
Yeah, Metler let that play him rather than him going to play the baseball, so that'll cost him an E6.
In Sparks, That's an example of how infielders play ground balls now compared to they did back in the day. In the day, you were always taught, move your feet, get in front of the ball, field it between, in front of you, rather than, trying to make the backhand pick.
Yeah, that one really didn't need to be backhanded. That's like you talk about. All you had to do was come around and get in front of it, kind of attack it a little bit better rather than staying back and backhanding it. Try to take the easy way out rather than just being a little more aggressive.
Yeah, and you're right, too. It's just, again, slide a little bit to your right and take a step or two in. Runner goes. Pitch
Huge
outside, and Welch has a stolen base. So, Landon Middlestead, with a 1-1 count, has a chance to knock in a run here.
Welch got a great jump on that.
And there's a base hit to right.
And he boots it out and right. That'll score him easy.
Welch will score standing up. Mustangs have grabbed a 2-0 lead.
A little two-out damage here for the Mustangs.
And we saw the Huskies last week, Sparks, and they were really good defensively. Now that's error number 3.
Yeah, but technically I think that's just 2 errors. I don't think you can give an error on that because you can't assume that you're going to throw them out. So they've really only got 2 errors on the day.
That's what I get for looking at the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's
and not looking at my own.
Yeah, that should not be up there because you can't assume.
Yeah, we had an E5 in the second, and that runner came around to score. We had an E6 here in the third. That runner came around to score. Runner goes. Gorman's throw.
Wrong side of the bag, otherwise he might have a chance.
So second stolen base in this inning, and I think you can see what Menomonie. This is kind of like back. Remember those couple seasons when Joe Labuda coached Menomonie's varsity, and they ran all the time.
Yeah, first, second, third didn't matter. He was going to make them make plays.
Line to center. Barrows drifting back, and he makes the catch. Well hit ball off the bat of Taylor Mars. Mustangs get another across. We head to the bottom of the third with Menomonie leading Eau Claire North 2-0. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
The Dolman Insurance Agency provides business, home, auto, and farm insurance throughout the Chippewa Valley. Contact Eric Knutson in Elk Mound or Wayne Dolman in Eau Claire. Dolman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service. SC Swiderski, an SCS apartment or home, is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. 8-9-1 for the North Huskies. Caleb Moss, Ben Metler, and Logan Hesselman against the right-hander A.J. Zadowski, who was allowed no runs on 1 hit through the first 2 innings. And he has struck out the last 3 batters. Moss, left-handed hitter against the righty Zadowski. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses outside.
Yeah, Caleb Moss hasn't had a lot of playing time this year. He is hitting .500 with limited at-bats so far.
Yeah, one misses upstairs, and it's 3-0. So it's the second time today Zadowski has gone to a 3-ball count. He was 3-1 against Chase Watkins before getting him to ground out. First time he's been 3-0. Comes back with a strike there to Moss. Three balls, two strikes. Now the count to Moss.
That fastball right down Wisconsin Avenue, as Euchre would say.
Mm-hmm. That one misses outside, and Moss reaches via the walk. You know, Bob Euchre still going strong at the age of 90. Sparks, he's setting the bar pretty high for us.
Oh, and he's just amazing, isn't he, though?
Well, you realize it's just such a part of his life.
Yeah, true.
And not just the game of baseball, but being a Milwaukee guy and being around for, you know, the days of the Milwaukee Braves. And
how great now to situate him where he can just do the home games and not have to do all that travel, too.
Logan Hesselman pushes the bunt down. Zadowski has it. Goes to first for the out. Or check that. That's Ben Mettler. My mistake.
Yeah, Mettler with a real good sack bunt there to move the runner up.
Now we get to the top of the order, and Logan Hesselman. Yeah, Uke is a Wisconsin treasure, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I used to love when the Brewers were on the West Coast and those 9 o'clock start times. Go to bed early, flip on the radio, and just listen.
Lifted in the air to left.
This will be
Middlestat,
interesting
long
here.
run, but Middlestat makes the catch.
That was a nice running catch right there. That was a lot harder than it looked.
So Hesselman retired for out number 2, and now it's up to Tyler Barrows. Yeah, he was hoofing it over there. Owen Welch, the shortstop. And that was one that drifted more toward the line than I think originally the left fielder Middlestat thought it was. But he kept hustling, and then he was able to get over and make the catch. Nicely done. Barrows takes that one outside. Ball and a strike to Barrows. Play at second. Moss back safely. Here's a strike in the outside corner.
Barrows trying to pick the Huskies up right here with a good 2-out signal. Exactly what the Mustangs did the upper half of the inning.
Curveball bounced down to second. Scribner got him. Good play by Mitch Scribner, charging that slow roller and retiring the speedy Tyler Barrows for out number 3. Huskies strand a runner. We're through 3 complete. Menomonie leading North 2-0. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call to your first sip to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
Wall-to-Wall Carpet One is located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. They always offer free estimates, and they're the home with the beautiful guarantee. Give them a call today, 715-832-4555, Wall-to-Wall Carpet One. Menomonie Mustangs will send up 5, 6, 7 in their order. Kane Johnson, Max Erickson, and A.J. Zadowski against the right-hander Chase Watkins, who's pitched well, but finds himself down 2-0. Couple errors factors in each of the Menomonie runs today. Kane Johnson has one of the Mustangs' 3 hits. Johnson squaring and then having to do the limbo to get out of the way of that pitch from Watkins. One and one now to Johnson.
Yeah, Kane Johnson started that swing and realized that curveball was going to go in the dirt and just couldn't hold up. Fastball just up in the zone.
2-1 now the count to Johnson. That one misses outside, and it's 3-1. Lifted over the grandstand here at Carson Park. Johnson works a walk. Check swing there. Watkins was hoping he would chase. We get a courtesy runner for Menomonie. That's number 7, Sean Christensen. Max Erickson takes a ball upstairs. Erickson put down a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, he did last time up. Yeah, now all of a sudden here he's going to let him swing away. Showing a lot of confidence here in Erickson to maybe drive something in the gap. Got to count in his favor, 2-0.
And there's a lot of room between center fielder Barrows and right fielder Pankratz. There's a strike, 2-1 now. That one lined to the gap.
Speaking of gappers,
and
it's over.
That one is off the fence. They're going to send the runner, Christensen. Throw gets cut off. 3-0 Mustangs on a big-time double by Max Erickson.
Well, we talked about confidence and letting him swing away, and boy, he hammered that one over the right fielder's head and off the wall, scoring that runner all the way from first. So Kane Johnson puts another one up on the board for him.
That thing was about 2/3 up the way off of one of the billboards out there. So the high part of the fence. Yeah, we talked about that wind blowing left to right, Spargs, and yes, he hit it well, but once it got up in the jet stream, that thing just took off.
Yeah, again, the right field is going to get that extra carry, so he took advantage of it. And again, coach showing a lot of confidence and letting him hammer away this time. And instead of last time having to do the old sack bunt, Mac Erickson come through with a big one.
So now it's A.J. Zadowski, a chance to knock home another run. He got an RBI his last at-bat when he doubled.
I think Zadowski had that sack fly, didn't he, Bob, last time? For the RBI.
You know what? You're right, Sparks.
Yeah.
I'm I'm just looking at the wrong part of my scorebook. Well, thanks for picking me up.
There you go. I'm just kind of surprised he isn't sacrificed bunting here to get that runner to third with just one out.
Yeah, nobody.
But he's feeling, again, coach is feeling confident letting these guys swing away. Second time through the order, looking kind of used to Watkins now. Here comes that bunt. Ooh,
Pulls back. Takes a strike. Nice pitch from Watkins. Ball and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where the coach lets you have one hack. Let you have a swing at it. If it doesn't go in play, then I want you to put that second one down. And he could have gotten that bunt or that pitch down right there for the bunt. And that'll cost him.
Swing and a miss. So Zadowski down on strikes. Good job by Watkins climbing the ladder there. That's the first out here in the top of the 4th, and Rex Drought will come to the plate. Drought struck out swinging. Back in the 3rd. Erickson diving back, getting dirty. Huskies looking to shut this rally down right here. You don't want to fall too far behind, especially the way A.J. Zadowski is throwing for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll tell you what, the Huskies have got to keep it close. If you get up to that 4 or 5-0 range, it's going to be a challenge.
Then again, how many did they put up in the bottom of the 7th against Logan on Saturday?
They did put up 6, but we both know that non-conference stuff is a little different pitching than
yes,
what you're
it is.
See here with the aces in the big rivers.
Yep. Yes, it is. Well, and you don't want to make a living doing that either.
That's true, too.
You're just making life tough on yourself. I mean, it's good to know that, hey, you always have a chance.
Yeah, that's what you got to carry forward with that, right? You just got to say, hey, we're all right. We've done this before. We've been in this situation. We can put together a big inning, so.
That one missing upstairs.
North bullpen's going to start to get busy here.
I was just going to comment, too, that Watkins is missing still a little bit.
And he's had to throw a lot of pitches today. He's run a lot of counts full or walked a few, and he's had to throw a lot of pitches to these Menomonie team today.
And with that, Jordan Fish is going to make the walk to the mound, and we'll have a conference there. Again, it's not like he's wild. It's just he's missing a little bit. He just doesn't have the pinpoint control that he had when we saw him last week.
Yeah, and this is just one of those conferences where you talk a little bit to the infield, you talk to your pitcher a little bit, just kind of killing time, just to give your pitcher, Watkins in this case, just a chance to calm down, reset himself. He's, like I said, he's thrown a lot of pitches already this inning. He's probably in that 15, 18 range, getting close to 20. You just want to give him that little chance to catch his breath here.
And now you got the number 9 hitter, Mitch Scribner, batting from the right side. And you got to figure the Huskies are looking for that ground ball now to get out of this inning with just the 1 run scored. Scribner popped out to the shortstop, Ben Metler, to start the 3rd inning. And Spargs, you're far more the pitching coach than I am, but it just seems that Watkins, when he's missing up.
Yeah, starting to labor. I think that's kind of the key. When you start to miss up is when you start to get tired and you start to labor a little bit.
Here's a nice curveball there to make it 2-1.
Yeah, if the fastball's struggling, you're trying to kind of miss him with that command. Come back with that curveball just to see if you could change grip a little bit and give yourself some help.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Another curveball, that one catching the inside corner, 2-2 now to Scribner.
Little knee buckler there for Scribner. He thought that was going to stay inside, but it came across nice.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Line knocked down by the shortstop, Metler. Mustangs have him loaded, but Metler with that dive saving a run there.
Yeah, he sure did. That's the thing when you're talking. Well, and then the ball got away.
Ball got away.
Out of play, so each runner moves up too. Just a little throw back to the pitcher, gets away, and that's going to cost the Huskies a run.
Boy.
That got sloppy in a hurry.
So they get the really nice defensive play to shut down or keep the bases loaded, but then they throw one away. Now the infield's got to play in. Runners at second and third. Suicide squeeze. It's caught. And an unassisted double play. Nicely done by the catcher, Jack Gorman. But the Mustangs pick up a pair of runs. They lead at 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th from Carson Park. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
We are back here at Carson Park. Menomonie Mustangs, opportunistic in this game today. A run in the 2nd, a run in the 3rd. They picked up 2 in the top half of the 4th inning, and they lead the Eau Claire North Huskies by a score of 4-0. Jack Gorman to lead it off here in the bottom of the 4th for the Huskies against the right-hander A.J. Zadowski, who is working on a one-hit shutout.
Yeah, Mustangs are just playing really, really sharp today. They're really on their game. Defensively, no errors. Playing real sharp behind A.J. Zadowski. And it might
that one
drop.
to center. It's going to drop in front of James Hoff.
And he just gives up his 2nd hit of the game here.
How about Jack Gorman, the catcher, who scrambles out from behind the plate to catch a suicide squeeze bunt that was popped up. And then he ran down the runner coming down the line for an unassisted double play, steps up to bat, and promptly delivers a single.
Boy, it's amazing how many times that happens when you got somebody that makes a great defensive play, and they come up that very next inning and get hit.
Now here's Chase Watkins. Fouled at the plate.
But again, going back to the Mustangs, they're just playing really sharp today. You know, again, no errors where now the Huskies have 3 errors on the day and have really not helped themselves. They've given up 3 free runs here.
And that last error, Sparks, when your shortstop makes a really nice play to knock a ball down and keep it in the infield and prevent a run from scoring, and then you toss it over the pitcher's head. Runner goes, throws, sails. I mean, that's a stolen base for Gorman. He's been an active guy in these last few minutes.
Yeah, Gorman's not your prototypical catcher by any means. He's got some good wheels. So I think Coach Fish has just decided he's got to manufacture runs, so he's got to be a little more aggressive on the base paths.
And I think it kind of sends the message to the team. It's like, hey, guys, here's an opportunity. Here's our opportunity to get back in this one. Let's make some things happen. 2 balls and a strike now to Watkins, who's 0 for 1. Make it 3-1.
Yeah, important for the Huskies right here to get that run in. You got a guy in scoring position at second base with nobody out. You've got to find a way to get on the board here.
Sun again peeking out from behind the clouds. Three balls, 2 strikes now. The count on Watkins. Curveball misses upstairs. Huskies have something going here in their half of the 4th. First and second, nobody out. And the number 5 hitter, Aiden Pankratz, coming to bat. Now we will get a courtesy runner, and that courtesy will run for Watkins.
Aiden Pankratz now to bat, and let's see if the Huskies do more of their traditional style, and they'll put a bunt down here to try to get second, third, get those guys in scoring position.
Gunnar Hayden, our courtesy runner at first.
Pankratz wants to get this bunt down towards third. He's going to let him
He's
swing.
Swinging away. He skies one to left center. Who's going to get it? Middlestat, the left fielder, has it.
Oh, he might get him behind. Oh, he dropped the baseball. Oh, he hangs on to that. They're going to double him off second.
That was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, Gorman trying to give it a little hard break there to draw that throw to third, but a great job of hitting their cutoff guy and then throwing behind to see if they can get Gorman before he gets back.
Yeah, I think he did the right thing to try to draw that throw, but he just went too far.
Yeah, exactly.
And that throw from Middlestat was right on a line, and then the relay back to second. And if Scribner hangs on to that, they got a double play.
Yeah,
so now it's Aiden Ecker.
Credit to Middlestat right there again, getting behind the baseball, throwing it on a line right to your cutoff guy. You didn't miss him, hit him right to him, and they turned and wheeled and almost had that big play at second. So again, good execution by the Mustangs.
Swing and a miss. Big bender that time from Zadowski. Another nice curveball from Zadowski, and it's 0-2 to Ecker.
Yeah, the first curveball way off the plate got him to chase, and that one he put right over the heart. So he's up 0-2 on 2 curveballs.
Huskies going to push some runs across here in their half of the fourth. Swing and a miss.
That is a good series of pitches right there. Back-to-back curveballs for strikes, and then he dots the outside edge with a fastball and gets him swinging. That's just a good series.
5 strikeouts now for A.J. Zadowski. Caleb Bruzewitz, the DH, coming up in a big spot here for the Huskies. Good job waiting on that curveball. It fouls it off. Runners get their leads. They're not holding the guy at first. Zadowski missing with that breaking ball, 1-1. Zadowski just dropping that curveball in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on.
Yeah, Zadowski's just keeping him off balance. Struggling so much to see that curveball, and then he just blows a fastball by him when they're looking curve.
Lifted high in the air to right. Long run for Drought. And he makes the grab right by the line. Huskies leave a pair on. We're through 4. Menomonie leading Eau Claire North 4-0. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back to Carson Park, ready to start inning number 5. And if you're just tuning in, you might be a little surprised. Menomonie Mustangs, 4-6 overall, 1-3 in the Big Rivers Conference, leading the Eau Claire North Huskies 4-0. North came in with a 4-3 record and tied for first in the BRC standings with the 3-1 conference record. But Menomonie has played aerialist ball behind right-handed pitcher A.J. Zadowski, who has been sharp, has allowed 2 hits, striking out 5. Meantime, the Huskies committed 3 errors behind their ace, Chase Watkins, who's looking for a quick inning here and let his teammates come up to bat. But it's a 4-0 game as we move to the 5th. Owen Welch to bat now for the Mustangs. He's been on base twice, singled in the first, reached via the error, and he's going to be on for a 3rd time with his 2nd hit of the game.
Yeah, that's the 2nd time. He's just kind of taking that outside pitch and just hammered it over to the right field. He kind of reaches out and puts a good swing on it. So 2 base hits to right. He's at first base with nobody out here in the 5th.
Landon Middlestead reached on a fielder's choice, also aboard via a single in a run in the 3rd.
See if Welsh takes off here. Watkins is a little slow going home.
Chop foul at the plate. Ball and a strike. Mustangs would love to tack on a couple insurance runs.
Yeah, they've done a nice job the last 3 innings, right? Putting runs. 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. So like you said, just keep tacking on as they go.
That one upstairs from Watkins. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Activity continues in the North bullpen. Runner dancing over there at first. Bounce right back up the middle. Here's 1, there's 2.
Yeah, Taylor made as that ball went right over the bag. Hesselman just picks it up, touches the bag, and turns it.
Yeah, that is the definition of a tailor-made there. So 2 down. Watkins gets the pitch there. Now he's got to deal with Taylor Mars, the DH. Mars reached on an error in the second, came around to score. He's 0 for 2. Bouncing ball, foul.
Important here for Watkins to get Mars. That'll save him some pitch count, get him back in the dugout. He may be able to come out for the 6th if he can get out of this inning quick.
Bouncing ball right back to Watkins. Underhand throw for the out. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Menomonie leading Eau Claire North 4-0. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
We are back at Carson Park. AJ Zadowski finishing his warm-up pitches. He has been in control from the get-go. Allowed just the 2 hits, while striking out 5. He'll face Caleb Moss, Ben Metler, and Logan Hesselman, 8-9-1 in the North Huskies order. Huskies would love to get some runners on and let the top of the order do some work.
Yeah, we're trying to get late into this ball game. So you've got to try to scratch something across, or at least compete in the box and make A.J. Zadowski throw a lot of pitches, so that maybe you can get him out of there with a pitch count thing.
Lifted in the air to center, long run for Hoff, but the shortstop, Welch, makes the grab. Again, the wind, a factor on anything hit in the air.
Yeah, it's a challenge. He was trying to bolt out there. He thought that was way out there in center field, and he actually had to slam on the brakes and come in a step to catch it.
So here's Ben Metler. He is 0 for 1. Line to right, but right at Rex Drought, who makes the grab for the out, and quickly 2 outs here in the Huskies' half of the 5th.
Yeah, 2 outs on 3 pitches.
Back to the top of the order, and Logan Hesselman, who has one of the 2 North hits. He had that back in the 1st. Hesselman 1 of 2 at the plate. Sparks, it's got to be a frustrating feeling if you're the North coach and you know your team has just been kind of scuffling at the plate. Skied in the air, Welch, the shortstop, calling that one. We'll continue that conversation when we return. You are watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Yeah.
We move to the 6th inning here at Carson Park. The visitors from Menomonie leading Eau Claire North 4-0. Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger with you. Sun shining here at Carson Park now. You look out toward the north and the east. He's got some cloud cover. A little bit of sprinkles right when this game got going, but since then, no rain, just that steady wind that's been a little bit of a factor in this game. Kane Johnson, number 5 hitter for Menomonie, to lead it off here in the 6th against the right-hander Chase Watkins, who has done everything he could to keep his team in it. He's allowed 6 hits, but the runs, a lot of those unearned.
Yeah, I think he's probably only given up 2 earned out of that.
Right back up the middle. Mettler throws that one away.
Another error.
You get a chance at second, and Gorman airmails that into the outfield.
Well, we thought this would be a pitcher's duel today. You know, both teams with their aces on the mound. And it has been. The pitchers have not been the issue. Unfortunately for the Husky, it's been their fielding. That is now their 4th or 5th error of the game. And, again, they just throw it away, let the runner advance and move up, and they're just giving too many free bases here.
Sean Christensen will be the courtesy runner once again for the catcher Kane Johnson. Here's Max Erickson. Erickson delivered a run-scoring double his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. Nearly drove it out of the park. It went out to right center. That was 3/4 of the way up that billboard in right center.
Yeah, they're definitely going to let him swing away here because all he has to do is pull the ball, and that should move that runner up for him. Just get it to the right side.
0-1 pitch. Yeah, we knew coming in that aside from Gorman, the catcher, was about the only Husky hitting 300 or better, that this is a North team that's still searching for its offense. Scoop by Hesselman, throw across in time.
Great job by Erickson, though, right? That's all he has to do. You're a lefty. You give yourself up. You just know you've got to pull something. It may not be the best pitch that you like, but if you can pull it, you pull it, and you get that run over to third with just 1 out. So good job by Erickson. Good team player right there.
We were counting on the pitchers duel, but after we saw North in that doubleheader last week make some stellar defensive plays, it just hasn't happened today. Infield will play in now.
Yeah, 4 costly errors today for the Huskies. Like you said, it was like 2 different teams defensively. Last week, they were just great in that doubleheader.
A.J. Zadowski a chance to help his cause and tack on an insurance run here. Hit hard to short, and it gets through. A run will score. 5-0 Mustangs.
Hard shot on the ground. We'll give that a base hit.
So now here's Rex Drought. Takes that one upstairs. Activity continues out in the bullpen for the Huskies.
Well, you talked about last inning, Bob, about tacking on some insurance runs and unable to in the 5th, but they've got one here in the 6th.
Foul tip at the plate, 1-1. Yeah, this should be a 1-1 game. You could even argue it could be a scoreless game if North makes the plays that we normally see the Huskies make. Curveball misses up. 2-1 now the count on Rex Drought.
Well, when your team just offensively is not carrying your team, just aren't doing much offensive, you just can't afford those mistakes.
Good pitch from Watkins. Drought swinging over the top of that one, 2-2. Yeah, and so much at the high school level is contagious, both good and bad.
Yeah, very true. Like you said, good and bad, and hitting is the biggest one, I think. I've always felt like once you get a couple of guys going hot at the plate, the rest of them just kind of follow.
There's a slow roller. Mettler has it. He's going to throw across.
And dropped by the first baseman. The errors continue. Make it error number 5, as it's an E3.
Sparks, I think that's actually error number 6. You've got 7 on the scoreboard.
Oh, that's
now,
right.
You and I disagree. You and I agree.
We agree
that one of those should not have been an error. But nevertheless, that's again.
Well, you know what?
We have not seen this out of the North Huskies.
I can't remember a game where I've watched them or played against them where it's just been this ragged defensively. Now, I've got a feeling what they did is they actually gave an error on that one that went by Mettler, that a hard hit shot that he tried to backhand with the runner on third.
Yeah, and I in my book, that's an error.
Okay, that's the one we'll disagree on, because he took it off the backhand, and tried to make a play, and he didn't get it. So that's one that 5 or 6 errors. It's still crazy. That's still crazy to think about the North Husky baseball team just not being there defensively today.
And we have a pitching change. Maddox Gertz is going to come on to throw. Gertz, the right-hander.
And Gertz has done a lot of this over his career at the Huskies, coming in out of the bullpen.
Watkins will stay in the game. And I think he's going to move over to first, I'm going to guess here, just the way they're positioned behind the mound. Yeah, I mean, you if you're around the game of baseball long enough, you're going to see a little bit of everything, and this is very uncharacteristic for North Huskies baseball program. But if you're going to kick it around, you might as well do it in a game in April and not, in mid-May when you're trying to get ready for the postseason. So Watkins will move over to first. Wind gusting again. Gertz, one of those all-around athletes for the Huskies. A pretty good football player. And also was on the basketball team, got some court time.
Well, Gertz has to come in here and shut the door for sure for the Huskies here.
2 on, 1 out. Gertz delivers a strike to Mitch Scribner. That one gets away from the catcher, Gorman. The runners will move up.
Yeah, the wild pitch. There's another free 90 we talk about. So Mitch Scribner doesn't have to do anything at this bat. He's already got him up in second and third with just 1 out. So he's going to try to find a way to drive in another run, a little sac fly or a hard hit ball through the infield.
The infield playing in now.
And he did it.
And he delivers the base hit. Scribner knocks in 1 run. Menomonie adds to its lead. Zadowski scores on the base hit by Scribner. And that wild pitch coming back to bite the Huskies. Back to the top of the order now, and James Hoff. 6-0, Menomonie. Gertz delivers a strike. Delayed steal, and Scribner will get down to second.
Yeah, nice job there by Mitch Scribner of disguising that little delayed steal. Keeps him out of the double play.
Hoff a chance to tack in a few more. A bouncing ball. Metler has it. Strong throw in time. A run does score.
Good job by Hoff getting it in play. Gets the RBI.
Rex Drought scores. Scribner will hold at second. Hoff is retired. 2 down here in the top half of the 6th. And here's Owen Welch, who's been on base all 3 times. 2 singles. Also reached on an error when he scored. Welch takes one on the outside corner. It's 1-1.
Good take right there by Welch, so that was really on the black, so he didn't even have a strike on him. He doesn't have to swing at something like that.
Yes, we've seen he's capable of going the other way. Takes that one low.
Yeah, his 2 base knocks have been line drives over to the right field, and like you said, excellent job of just taking that pitch and going with it.
Two-one pitch. Bouncing ball to short. Metler has it. Strong throw across is in time. Mustangs are retired, but they pick up 3 more runs and then lead this one 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at StaubCO.com.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Eau Claire North Huskies have their work cut out for them. They trail the Menomonie Mustangs 7-0 as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning on a windy day here at Carson Park. Tyler Barrows to lead it off for the Huskies. Barrows, Jack Gorman, Chase Watkins, the scheduled hitters for the Huskies against the right-hander A.J. Zadowski, who's working on a 2-hit shutout, and his mates have provided errorless defense behind him.
Yeah, Zadowski threw 5, only has 2 walks, only allowed those 2 hits, and he's got 5 strikeouts. And like you said, the rest of it's just been his defense. Have made the plays and looked very good behind him.
Upstairs, 2-0 to Barrows. Menomonie a run in the 2nd, another run in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and then 3 in the top half of this 6th inning. Count is 3-0 on Barrows. And it's a walk, a 4-pitch walk at that. That'll bring up Jack Gorman, 1 for 2, singled and stole a base in the 4th. Now the Mustangs infielders will have a little bit of a chat with A.J. Zadowski.
Yeah, a little pep talk right there for him. You know, again, that last half inning, he was on the bases. He was running around. It was a long half inning. So, again, he's just got to try to find his rhythm again here.
Barrows getting his lead at first. Draws a throw from Zadowski, which I would be shocked if Barrows was running because you got a lot of runs to make up.
I was just thinking the same thing. It's like you do not want to make it real close getting back to first base either. Like you said, you're down 7, so you need a lot of base runners.
Sliced foul off the bat of Jack Gorman.
You know, Jack Gorman's obviously their best hitter this year, but you just walked on 4 straight pitches. It wouldn't have been bad for Gorman right there just to take a strike again to make Zadowski pitch a little bit.
Yeah, you'd love to get that pitch count up. Now Gorman finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Wind picking up again. You can take a look at that flag out there and right. You can even see the flagpole is kind of starting to sway a little bit. Hitter's background out there in center field is starting to flap around.
Seems like we've had a lot of wind this spring, that's for sure.
Yes, we have. One of the billboards is a little amiss as well, just to the right of our scoreboard here at Carson Park. Skied in the air left side. Where is that one going to come down?
It's coming back in a hurry. Oh,
glove
nice
by
job.
Max Erickson.
Erickson started to left field, folks. He was out there almost to the grass and realized that the backspin on that baseball was bringing it back to the pitcher's mound. He had to hightail it.
Backspin and wind. Sparks, off the bat, I'm thinking, okay, that's medium shallow left field. Instead, it's on the grass in the infield. Chase Watkins now up to bat. 1 on 1 out here in the 6th.
Good job by Zadowski there. 4-pitch walk. He comes right back, challenges Jack Gorman, their best hitter, and gets that infield pop-up for the big first out.
Before I moved to Eau Claire, Sparks, in 1996, I covered sports in Mason City, Iowa for 3 springs. And, yeah, there were some windy days down there as well.
Yeah, there always seems to have that good wind in Iowa. There's not much to slow that down.
Absolutely not.
Cornfields.
It starts
cornfields
blowing somewhere out in
yeah.
Nebraska or the Dakotas and just blows straight through.
Yeah, my oldest son played out there in their junior college league. He played for Indian Hills Community College. Like you said, he played that Iowa tour for the JUCOs. And, boy, every game, every place you go, it was wide open and usually a good wind going.
I covered a game once. It was North Iowa Area Community College, the JUCO in Mason City, and they had to play a game at their home field on campus because the field downtown was underwater. Another thing that happens in Iowa with regularity, flooding.
Yeah.
And the wind was blowing about 45 miles an hour straight to left field. Lefty hitter comes to bat, pops one up on the infield, slams his bat down. The wind blew it over the fence and left. He was laughing when he crossed.
Yeah, I guess. So much for that pop
His
out.
teammates were giving him the business. Yeah, you got all of that one.
Yeah.
When it came off the bat, the shortstop was calling for it. And he got called off by the left fielder, who then goes into a mad sprint, and sure enough, over the fence.
Catching that jet stream, isn't it?
Yeah, when you're a fielder, boy, that you've really got to be on your toes. The wind quieted down. I'd say about an inning or so ago. It quieted down just a bit, but obviously we got a little bit of a front rolling through.
Zadowski curveball just stays outside. Runs that count full.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Barrows the runner at first. Draws another throw. Runner goes.
Strike him out. And he steals second.
So Watkins down on strikes. Aiden Pankratz comes to bat. He's 0 for 2.
Well, you're going to send the run. They're assuming that anything that's a strike you're going to be swinging at. Unfortunately, Watkins took that one right down the middle for a called strike 3. Fortunate for the Huskies, I wasn't striking them out, throw them out.
Yeah, I'm guessing Watkins was
guessing,
looking for something off speed, and Zadowski kind of surprised him. And sometimes you see that fastball, you just can't pull the trigger. It's just you go up there looking for a certain pitch. Curveball misses up a little bit. It's 1-1. Parks, we've seen some good pitching performances in our short time we've been doing games this season here at Carson Park.
Absolutely. This spring it's just kind of been loaded with that.
And the common wisdom is, it takes a while for the bats to come around. The pitchers have a little bit of an advantage early in the season. But, yeah, Stellright throwing that one-hitter last week. And Zadowski working on a 2-hit shutout here. And another strikeout for Zadowski. Huskies are done in the 7th. Or done in the 6th, rather. We move to the 7th. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall to Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall to Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
7th inning here at Carson Park. And how many Mustangs? 7 runs on 7 hits. Helped by 6 Eau Claire North errors. Uncharacteristic defensive performance from the Huskies, who the last time we saw North Sparks, they were making spectacular plays to go along with all the routine plays.
Absolutely. They played New Richmond here last Thursday in a doubleheader. In, 16 innings, they had no errors, as that second one went extra innings. But, yeah, all day affair in 16 innings and not a single error. And today they've had 6 errors through 6.
And as we were talking about before the break, we've seen some outstanding pitching performances early this season. And Sparks, you've got a theory on why that might be.
Yeah, you brought this up last week, and I was just kind of scratching my head thinking, you know what? Beginning of the year, we are seeing great pitching performances. We're seeing guys go deeper into the games and throwing more pitches than I'm used to early in the season. Well, it was just a few years back, the WIAA instilled a 2-week window where pitchers and catchers could come in before the season started. Now, you couldn't run practices, you couldn't do anything team-related, but pitchers and catchers could get into the gyms and start their throwing routines.
Middlestat lifts it into the air, a long run for Barrows, and he makes the running catch.
So with those extra 2 weeks of being able to throw and work your arm into shape and working on your pitch count stuff, just to increase the number of pitches per outing and things like that, I think it's really helped to the high school kids here in Wisconsin.
Taylor Mars now at the plate. Yeah, it's just it's good. I think you get some familiarity between pitcher and catchers, and just lets guys get loose and get some of that work in. Count 1-1 to Mars with 1 out here in the 7th. Bouncing ball to short. Mettler has it. Throw across in time. And that will bring up Kane Johnson, the catcher. These two teams will meet again Thursday. Wakanda Park will be the site of that game. Dave Sparger and I will be back here at Carson Park for Eau Claire Memorial. Old Aves will host Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson considered one of the favorites in the conference this year.
Raiders took a trip down to the southeast part of the state and played some of the better teams from that part of Wisconsin, Germantown, and came out of there with the split, but acquitted themselves quite well. Gertz, the curveball for a strike, 2-1. Yeah, this is a solid conference. I know in talking with the Menomonie coaches before the game, they said that, really everybody's got, a really good number one.
Yeah, there was a time a few years back, and again, not to be disrespectful to anybody, but New Richmond, Menomonie, and Rice Lake were just kind of that lower tiered 3. There's always like, the big boys and then the others, and those 3 kind of fell into that category. But that, over the years, that's just not the case. It just, Menomonie's done such a great job at their program, getting it more and more installed into what they want to do and developing young kids. And you can see today already here the difference, being up 7-0, and Rice Lake, they've come out and actually beat Menomonie once already this year, and they've battled some real tight games. New Richmond, we saw them last week, split. I mean, they split with North, they split with Memorial. I mean, they're, again, another team that's very solid.
Yeah, you talk about Rice Lake. They've got Easton Stone one of those multi-sport kids, but he's a pitcher on his way to Minnesota State Mankato. He can get it up there in a hurry. One the count now to Max Erickson. Delivered a big RBI in the fourth inning that made it 3-0, and Mustangs were off and running. Metler, the flip to second for the out. Huskies will come to bat, bottom 7 when we return. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Asher Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Last call for the Eau Claire North Huskies. Bottom of the 7th inning. North trailing Menomonie by a score of 7-0. A.J. Zadowski back on the mound for the Mustangs, looking to finish this off. He will face Aiden Ecker, Caleb Bruzewitz, and Caleb Moss, 6, 7, 8 here in the Huskies lineup.
Yeah, through 6. Zadowski just 2 hits, 7 Ks.
And I said scheduled hitters, and I see North has a pinch hitter waiting on deck, Chase Williams. Lifted foul. To right and drifting foul.
In and out of the fan deck. Zadowski working ahead again. Kind of a common theme for him today. Sitting 1 and 2 on the count.
He's worked ahead and he's worked fast. And you know, working fast, that's something his fielders appreciate. Bouncing ball is short. Welch gets the big hop, throw across in time.
Yeah, friendly hop right there, chest high, good throw.
So Chase Williams now will bat in place of the DH Caleb Bruzewitz, who is 0 for 2. If you're Jordan Fish and that North coaching staff, I mean, there's only so much you can say. You know, does it change your practice plans for Wednesday, knowing you got to go to Menomonie on Thursday?
I don't think so. I think, again, you just try to stay positive and just keep toning and grinding. You know, we got to have better at bats. We got to grind out at bats and just, you know, put together better at bats in general. You know, have a better plan when you get up there. So it's just, again, you just got to, as a team, you just got to keep grinding away. And like you said, as soon as 1 or 2 of them get hot, it should be contagious.
And what about the defense? Because I think this is a good defensive team. They didn't show it today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is when you wash. You got to flush this one. You know, this is one of those typical games where if it all falls apart, you just flush it. And here we go. You know, start over again on Thursday, and let's bring our A game for at Menomonie.
Line to left, base hit. Chase Williams with the 3rd hit for the North Huskies. So it comes off the bench and drops a base hit to left.
And we'll have a runner for him here. Good swing on that one. Number 10, Bob.
That is Zach Shipman. So Shipman, the runner, and now Maddox Gertz batting in that 8 spot.
And Shipman was playing third, but he was being DH'd for, so he'll simply slide into that spot in the batting order.
Gertz takes that one a little bit low and inside. Grounded to second. They get 1, but not 2. Gertz legs that one out. Mustangs able to get that lead run. Mitch Scribner making the nice toss over to Owen Welch at second base. So now it's up to Ben Metler. Keep this thing going. Zadowski delivers a strike. Swing and a miss.
Tough pitch.
Huskies down to their final strike right now.
Kind of one of those sweeper pitches right there we talked about earlier. That one went really left to right.
Swing and a miss. Sadowski ends it with the strikeout. And the Menomonie Mustangs, who came in with a conference record of 1-3, shut out the 3-1 North Huskies 7-0. Sparks, we saw a gem from the pitcher, A.J. Zadowski.
Yeah, Zadowski outstanding on the mound today. We talked about only had 3 walks all game, 8 strikeouts, just a great performance. And again, give credit to his defense. A lot of baseballs were tough. A lot of them got up in the air with that tough wind, and they all made the play. And again, their sound defense made the difference in this game.
Menomonie Mustangs improved to 5-6 overall, 2-3 in the conference. North Huskies dropped to 4-4 overall, 3-2 in the BRC. These two teams will meet again Thursday in Menomonie. So congrats to the Mustangs on a really crisply played game today. And yeah, Zadowski was in charge. He allowed just the 3 hits. He struck out 8. But you look up on that scoreboard, 0 in the error column for Menomonie. And talking to the coaches beforehand, they said, well, defense has been sporadic at best. But they turned in a good performance today.
Yeah, he talked about that. Said their pitching is usually pretty good, and obviously outstanding today. But one of the things that comes back to bite them has been their defense. Will cost them a game here and there. And, boy, again, just a 0, like you said, a 0 with the errors. And Huskies come back with 6 errors and don't do themselves any favors today.
These two teams will meet again Thursday, County Park in Menomonie. Coming up next, the post-game show. Brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team when you experience any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on proper diagnosis and a customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athlete at Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and Western Wisconsin. That is coming up next on Zaleski Sports.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called a labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is, if you don't know what's on the other side, it's so satisfying for me.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Welcome back to Carson Park. Menomonie Mustangs knocking off the North Huskies thanks to a 3-hit shutout from A.J. Zadowski. When you were warming up in the bullpen before the game, did you feel like you had your good stuff? How'd you feel out there?
Yeah, every pitch was kind of working. I was mixing in like all my pitches, and they're all feeling good. So that really helped, like transfer into the game.
I know you were happy about the shutout and the 3-hitter, but also you looked up at the scoreboard, 0 in that error column. Your guys played some good defense behind you in some tough, windy conditions today.
Yeah, our defense this year has struggled a bit, but I really had faith in my guys. Really had a lot of confidence in them, and yeah, that really helped me gain confidence on the mound out there. So I really felt good.
And speaking of confidence, you guys were such a young team these last couple of years, but now you guys are older and you're starting to play better baseball. Do you think you have what it takes to be competitive in this conference and then maybe make a run in the postseason?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll still have some mistakes here and there, but those will happen. Being a young team, we're trying to learn how to like bounce back from those. But I mean, we lost 4-3 to Hudson. They're a very good team in this conference, and so I feel like we can play with anyone, and kind of showed it here today. So.
Now you get the Huskies at your place on Thursday. What's going to be important in a couple days?
We kind of just got to really just focus on the next game. I mean, obviously celebrate this one, but kind of just focus on the next game here. And yeah.
All right, 3-hit shutout with 8 strikeouts. That means you're in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. So I'm going to give this to you and let you do your thing. Let Logan give you the thumbs up.
I'm A.J. Zadowski, and I'm in the house.
Congratulations. Good luck to you guys the rest of the way. We'll see you down the road.
Yep, see ya.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for coming out.
All right, so that will do it for this broadcast. We'll be back here at Carson Park on Thursday when the Hudson Raiders come to town to take on the Eau Claire Memorial Old Days. For my color commentator, Dave Sparger, Logan Biederman, our producer, I'm Bob Radovich saying good night from Carson Park in Eau Claire.